My name is Lynn Dralle, and I am known as the Queen of Auctions. I am a third-generation antique dealer, and I started out helping my grandmother in her antique store when I was just 5 years old. I shop at garage sales and thrift stores, do a little research on my finds, post them online, and wait for the trash to become cash. My crazy friends and wonderful family help me to get it all done, and we have a blast doing what we do. Since 1998, I have sold over $1 million at online auction. I love teaching others how to turn their household items into cash within as little as 1 day. You don't have to be an antiques or computer expert to do this. Now let me show you how to turn your trash into cash. So it has just been fantastic to have headquarters and all those wonderful shelves to get stuff out and on them, and it's been really fun too, I think, because then Carmen and Mo can just walk down and say, I want to list this, I want to list this, I want to list this, and there was this really cute coffee mug that Maureen decided to list, and it was Dorothy Kendall. She did a series of ceramic pottery coffee mugs, and it's all of these strippers, and the strippers are the handle of the coffee mug, and they're all in different stages of undress, like whether they're taking off their dress, if the dress is up over the head. Okay, Dorothy Kendall, that really cool, the nude mug. Is it possible to get a better photo of the glazing imperfection? You know it in the description. How large is the imperfection? Somebody else had also asked if it's really black. Maybe black's rare, because the one I had before was brown. And I always pick these up when I see them. They're the stripper series.
We had one of those.
Yeah, C3, I'll get it. Isn't that cool? It is very cool. Okay.
We should take a photo of that up close.
I'll take a photo of that and up close, and we'll post it. Okay, cool. That's great. California pottery always does really well, but Dorothy Kendall was known as the naughty potter because she was way before her time doing all these risque type things. Very artistic, probably from the 30s and 40s. They wore different colored dresses. Some were in white, some were in black. That really makes a difference. Anyway, this coffee mug that I probably paid 50 cents or $1 for ended up selling for $20.50 at auction. You gotta love stripper coffee mugs.
Hello, hello.
You got a live one.
Lou, how are you?
Good.
Do you ever smoke those cigarettes?
Always.
Look, I'm getting too many hugs today.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me. I don't know where you've been.
I never met Garage Sale Lou, but I've heard so much about him from Lynn, so I finally got to meet him the other day, and I had heard stories from Carmen about how she met him and how he's always coming in and offering things.
Garage Sale Lou is married to my friend Lori. Known him for years, love them both. Garage Sale Lou is the funniest guy because he thinks that all his stuff is worth $1 million and anything he goes to buy is worth nothing. He is the cheapest guy I've ever met in my life.
Yeah, I've got some stuff for you to appraise.
Or you're gonna sell me.
I could sell it to you if the price is right.
Yeah,
That's where our friendship ends.
exactly. I don't want our friendship to end. What is that?
This is an antique steam engine from Germany.
Wow. That is cool. How do you know it's from Germany?
There's a label on
Is there a
the
label on it? I don't see the label. Where'd you get it?
At a garage sale.
Your Garage Sale Lou.
That's right.
Okay, and I'm not gonna even ask you what you paid for it. It's a steam engine to what?
They're just model steam engines.
Oh, it's a model steam engine.
You put you put some kind of rubbish in here, and I think it's kerosene, and it creates steam, and it whistles.
Oh, it's so cute.
And this goes around, you know.
Maybe we can put the macaroni and cheese I cooked for Indy the other night in there. Did you
Yeah,
hear this?
that will work.
I turned on the macaroni and cheese and I left it on the stove and I went in my office and the phone rang and I was on the phone for an hour with Juliet and Indy comes downstairs and she goes, the whole house is smoky like Vegas and my smoke detectors apparently are broken. I went out there, it was black.
Nice.
Yeah. So anyway, it's on the ground in front of my house. Maybe we can put it in there. Okay, can I look that one up? Sure. Okay. There's no name on it though. It's just GB Bavaria.
Yeah,
Gebruder Bing.
this guy
The
is.
diamond badge with sunburst and no Bavaria tends to date this example in the 1907 to 1912 period. GB in 1686 stamped on the base. Okay, let's check this out. This is a Bing steam engine.
Right.
Okay, cool.
I've had it forever. It's never been refinished. It could be shined up.
No, don't do it. Nobody, they don't want you to do that.
I'm not touching anything.
No, good. I think I should buy this from you, and we should list it, but you gotta give it to me for a good price. I'm gonna really list it, I'm gonna really sell it, and you get all the money, except for the eBay fees.
Okay, what do you want me to do?
Okay, so the stuff here, you don't wanna sell this. This we will sell for you.
Right.
Do you want us to list that clock, but you want $50 for it?
At least,
Okay.
for $49.95.
Okay, so we'll list this and we'll list that. Give you all the money, list the eBay fees. What's this thing?
That's my urban tool belt.
Oh, this isn't for sale. This is what he wears to garage sales.
This is what I carry around.
Well, let's
with
see
me.
what's in it. What is in a man's urban tool belt? Mo, you gotta come see this.
But the best thing that he had in his little knapsack, his man purse, I must say, was a little Ralph Lauren button-up blue faded shirt. When he had to wear a suit and tie, he'd go to nice restaurants. So he would pull this bib out and put it over his head and over his tie, and he had cut the shirt out so it had a collar, and it was cut all through the front and buttoned up like a regular.
It was sort of like a dickie.
We had to talk about the dickie. It was
Right.
a dickie, but it was a very special dickie because it actually had buttons. That little shirt was in his bag for
Years.
years.
Oh yeah, so he pulls this out of his bag.
So,
Look at
when
that.
I
I bet,
tra-
is
when
that
I-
what you put on?
When I traveled all the time, my ties came pre-stained. Because every time I ate, I spilled stuff.
Okay, okay.
So I made this thing out of an old polo shirt. It's a bib. So when I went into a restaurant, I'd take my jacket off and I'd put this on so it looked nice. And I could eat.
You gotta go look at this. This is so disgusting.
I could eat. And then I would stain up this shirt instead of my tie. Then I'd take it off after.
There's no back.
You are
put it on,
kidding
put
me.
it on, put it on, please.
Oh, listen.
Do you still use that? Do you
No,
still-
no, I wondered what
just
happened to
found
it.
it in his
I just
bag.
found it in my bag.
Now that's an
Poor
invention.
It is an
Lori.
invention.
That's an invention.
So you have your suit coat over
So
it.
I'd take my suit coat off. I put this over my shirt and tie so that I wouldn't spill stuff on my tie. You know, Italian ties for 50,
Were you eating
70.
by yourself? Because I can't
No, I was
imagine
eating
it.
with other people. I don't give a damn. So I would
On
put this.
eBay.
I would just put this on, and then when I was finished my meal, I would take it off.
I
fold it
got
up.
a blazer in the back. Would you model for us?
And then wipe your mouth and stick it in your little
No, I
bag.
would take it, fold it up,
Oh,
and
Lou.
if I stained it all up, I'd wash it and iron it, and then I'd take it for the next
Lou,
deal.
you're a national
Okay,
treasure.
I don't know if Carmen saw that, but she really needs to see
Tell you
that.
what, it is a good invention. This would make a nice bib.
I think that could be a good
You could do
seller.
them, you could do them in white. It'd probably be better, but then it would show the stains.
Yeah, it would.
True.
You know.
My eyes were like,
He's very creative. He is,
you
I'll give him
have
that.
got to be kidding me. And then, of course, when I see something like, you've got to be kidding me, then I have to go for it and I have to keep it.
You have to banter.
Yeah, that's when you'll get the banter out of me when it's like, and what do you use that for? You're kidding me. And why? And then they'll tell me, and then I'll say, repeat that again, because I want to store it in my laugh bank.
Hi, I'm Lynn Dralle, the Queen of Auctions, and here I am at Live Boot Camp in my headquarters, 2011, with my last best group ever. Let's give them a round of applause. Cabbage.com is this really great company that allows you to borrow money based on your Amazon history, your eBay sales history, and other things, not so much your credit score. I just took out a $2,800 line of credit from Cabbage to buy a bunch of inventory, and one of my students is also going to use some Cabbage to grow her business.
I just bought a screaming fast new computer that I'm paying for with Cabbage Cash.
Very good, and I want you to check out Cabbage.com.
If you're buying and selling antiques or collectibles, you shouldn't be without a WorthPoint membership. Thousands of WorthPoint members are taking advantage of our industry knowledge and expertise. We have all the latest news, a team of over 30 valuation experts, and the largest antiques and collectibles price guide, which details over 100 million items and more than 400 million images. You can get access to everything for as little as $9.99 a month. Join thousands of other members today at worthpoint.com and discover your hidden wealth.
Hi, I'm Lynn Dralle, the Queen of Auctions, and I have all this stuff, amazing stuff listed on eBay, and I make a full-time living doing this, and I want to teach you how to make a full-time living doing this. So I want you to go to my website. It's worldwideweb.thequeenofauctions.com, and I want you to sign up for my free newsletter. That's thequeenofauctions.com, and I write a free newsletter that comes out every 2 weeks with amazing free tips and tricks to help you grow your eBay business. My mom was in town. I love it when my mom's in town. And we went out garage sailing, and I had $85 in my pocket. We walked into this garage sale and there was so much stuff. The garage was full, there were clothes everywhere. And along the back wall of the garage was all this Wizard of Oz stuff. Wizard of Oz is so cool. And I'm looking at it and I start looking at cookie jars and banks and all the ceramic stuff's got a lot of the original boxes. She's got huge prices on it, 20 bucks, 30 bucks. And I start looking at it, and some of it's like glued together. Why is it all glued together? And she goes, well, because it's so valuable. And I had it up above my kitchen, on those cupboards above my kitchen, and we were so worried about earthquakes that my husband put museum wax on all of them. Okay, this is museum wax unlike any other museum wax I've ever seen in my entire life. It was literally like you probably had to burn a candle and like put it on there because there's no way anyone's gonna ever get it off. It was like dripping down the sides. When you turn over the cookie jars, part of the plaster from the kitchen had come up with it. So it was like, okay, I might buy this stuff, but it's gonna be really difficult to sell, and I don't know how you're gonna ever get this museum wax off of it. And then on top of that, a lot of them were chipped. I don't know why you go to all this work to museum wax them when they're chipped, but in any event, I said, how much? How about $80 for everything? Well, $80 for everything was pretty cheap, but in my hand I had a Mary Englebright cup and saucer and a few other little things. I go, how much if I throw these in? She goes, $85. And it was so weird. I reach in my jeans and pull out, I had 4 20s and a 5. I'm like, perfect, $85. I was meant to have these. When we went to pack it at the garage sale, the lady starts to tip one of them upside down to pack it, and all this water starts coming out. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so disgusting. She goes, I agree. She goes, where did it come from? I go, I don't know. It was in your house, lady. She goes, I don't know where it could have come from. But anyway, this thing was filled with water and it was museum wax shut. So who knows? So we hauled him out to my car, took him over to headquarters, hauled him in.
And there's this huge set of Wizard of Oz stuff. I mean, there were like boxes and boxes of it. And I thought, well, that's kind of interesting. Wizard of Oz stuff is probably collectible and sells. So anyway, nobody else wanted to list it. Mo wouldn't touch the stuff. And so I thought, you know what, it's taken up a lot of room on the shelves. So I'm gonna attempt to list it.
A couple days later, I came over and Carmen was listing them all, museum wax and everything.
They were a mess. They're all chipped up, and the museum, you couldn't get the lids off. And I thought, who's gonna want this crap?
It was really weird because people would email and say, there's some weird stuff on these. What is it? And we're like, it's museum wax. We said it really big in the listings.
Just constant questions about why is there museum wax all over it? Because I had put it really big in the listing so that nobody would miss it.
If you think they were hard to photograph and explain the museum wax, try getting them apart to put back in the styrofoam where they're supposed to fit to ship. You can't get them apart.
And I honestly did not think anybody was gonna bid on the stuff. I was shocked when most of it sold.
Almost every single item sold at auction. We sold about $228 worth of stuff in 1 week. So to turn 80, almost 3 times my money in 1 week, and I've still got quite a few pieces left that I'm gonna put in my online store.
As to whether or not the people are gonna be happy with it, I don't have a clue. I haven't heard anything yet, but I'm sure that I'll get the complaints rolling in. I'm always the first one to hear about it.
The styrofoam is molded for the certain pieces, so we had to ship the box with the styrofoam separate from the actual item, and I guess it ended up costing me a lot of money. The cookie jar that sold for the most money was the Wicked Witch of the West, green face, broom and all, $41.21. The next highest one was the ruby red slippers for $40. So keep that in mind when you're looking at Wizard of Oz things. People love the red slippers and they love the Wicked Witch of the West. And I think I read recently that a pair of the actual ruby red slippers that Dorothy wore sold for like $3.5 million or something. So wouldn't it be fun to find a pair of those?